So you'll be required to do all the problems within the workbook. This video lesson is going to cover how to do problem 1-8, since there is a radius here, a curved edge, and a circle. I'm going to show you how to extrude or cut or make fillets and rounds on parts like this. Alright, so let's go ahead and fire up Autodesk Inventor, start a new part, and let's keep in mind that each unit in these problems is 0.25 inches long. Start a new sketch, and for this one I'm going to do a combination of additive and subtractive modeling. I'm going to go ahead and create an L shape first. So I know that it is 2 inches long by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0.25 times 5 units tall. 1.25 plus 0.25 wide here and here. So I'm going to start by making an L shape, extrude, and I'm going to be cutting things away. So let's see. I'm going to start this. Alright, so I'm going to start on the XY plane. I'm going to click on the rectangle tool, and make sure that when you are using the rectangle tool, your cursor is snapping into the right areas. Okay. Tap escape. This time I'm going to trim, but I'm also going to show you if I press X one time on the keyboard and then click and drag, the trim command becomes activated. Alright, so let's dimension this part. So this is going to be 2 inches, and this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So this dimension is going to be 5, Shift 8, which gives you the multiplication sign, 0.25. And we know that this is going to be 0.5 because 0.25 plus 0.25 is 0.5, and this is also 0.5 based off of what we know in our mental math. Finish sketch, click that home button. We're going to extrude it to 1 inch because 4 of these equals 1 inch. Extrude, click on that. It's defaulted to 1. If it's not, make sure it says 1 inch. And now we have our basic blocked out shape. Cool. There is a triangular shape here and a cutout here. So we have to do something to get that on there. But first, let's make this round edge. So I'm going to right click on new sketch on that surface, and I know the radius and I know the diameter because the center of this circle here is the exact middle point of this part. So this part's really easy to tell what the diameter is of this round part is, this round section. So it's really the radius is 0.5. The diameter would be 1. So if I were to put, here, check this out. If I were to put a circle right here and go all the way to the edge, and then click on this tangent and click on the circle and then click on this line right here, I would create that circle, which would give me this part where I can cut out on this side. That's one way to do it. If I were to click on finish sketch, extrude, find that corner, it might give me a hard time selecting that corner. Okay, so yeah, it's going to give me a hard time selecting that corner. I like doing it like that. So let's go ahead and do it the way that makes more sense. So finish sketch, get rid of that. There's this option right here called fillet. So click on fillet. I'm going to change the radius to 0.5, and I'm going to click on this edge. And there's my rounded corner. So I'm going to check that. Ta-da! Okay. And then I can put in that hole. So I'm going to right click on that surface. It will automatically put a center there for me because that fillet does that. I'm going to click and make a circle, and this one it looks like it is 1.5 units as well. So that's going to be 0.25 plus 0.125, oops, which gives me 0.375. Finish sketch, extrude cut, oops, I don't know why it does this, I want to make sure. Let's try that. Let's try zooming in. Nope. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to cut that to all and click OK. Alright, so let's go ahead and add this section here. So how am I going to do this? Let's see. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do is on the other side I'm going to draw a rectangle and extrude. Not a rectangle, a triangle and extrude. But before I do that, I'm going to cut this away. I'm going to cut this triangle away. So I'm going to right click on this side, new sketch, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. Not a rectangle, a triangle. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. And so there's my triangle. I need to dimension that. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 away from this edge. So that's 1 inch. So dimension from this point to the point of the triangle. And type 1, enter. And it moves that line. This is 0.25 from the bottom. So again, click the corner, click the point of that triangle, type 0.25, enter, and it moves that up. Finish sketch. And you should be able to select that triangle. Oops. Nope. I need to figure out why it does. Alright, so sometimes extrude won't work the way you want it to work, and we need to figure out another way. So I'm going to figure out another way to get this part to look the way I need it to look. So I'm just undoing a bunch, and what I'm going to do this time is actually just make this like a box out here, and then on the other side I'm going to draw a big triangle and cut away. Alright, so let's draw our rectangle. That is going to be the whole length, and it's 0.25 wide. Finish sketch. Let's extrude that up, and that's going to be 0.5 up. Alright, so now this is what I'm talking about. On this side, new sketch. This time I'm going to make the triangle that's going to cut away from it. So from here to 0.25. So I don't need to dimension this side. I need to dimension this point to this point, 0.25. Finish sketch. Let's see if it'll select the extrude of. There we go. So we want to go all. And click OK. And that was a much simpler, easier way to create the part. Okay, as usual, send the part file, send a screenshot, and upload your work for credit.